Hello and welcome back to Intechlectual. I'm Emmanuel.
I'm Louis.
And today we are we're reading
cover to cover,
cover to cover, A to Z,
hardcover, paperback,
and maybe even virtual. What do you call it? Don't call it
digital.
Digital.
Virtual book.
E-books. Wait, E means electronic, right?
Yeah, E. I don't know if E, I guess it means electronic book, but that's what it is, but I don't know if the E actually stands for it. You know, like Wi-Fi doesn't stand for anything, but everyone thinks Wi-Fi actually
No, I
means
think
something.
E definitely stands for electronic.
E-book.
It's an E-reader is an electronic reader, right? And like a E-bike is an electronic bike. An E...
It's spelled as e-book. It's a publication made in an electronic form.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
it doesn't actually
well,
say it means electronic book. E-book, short for electronic book, e-book. Sure, whatever.
There you go. But no, yeah, this is our. I think we've alluded to doing a book episode for quite a while, so we're
kind of a
here.
continuation of last week.
Yeah, and you know what's mad? I can see your bookshelf and you can see mine.
Yeah, you can't. Whoa, this is part of my bookshelf.
Oh, relax, me too. This isn't my whole bookshelf.
Hey man, you wanna get into this? Let's get into it. All right?
That's not my whole. That's just what I have on display. Easy to grab.
This is the flex. This is what you have in the back of your meetings, yeah.
No, I don't. Do I have this? I'm in the office most days, and usually if I am on camera, I'm probably blurred the background anyway, so no one sees it.
Yeah, my background's blurred, no one sees it. They just see like outlines and stuff. They're like, "What's that?" I'm like, "Don't worry about it."
And usually, do you ever have like a wallpaper background? Are you one of those?
Nah, just do blur.
Yeah, that's a bit weird.
Although
some guy had like here's a green screen to be fair, and he had like a beach. But actually, one day he was on the beach, so then we didn't know that he was back home because he like took a background image
like
of
picture.
the beach he was actually on that one time.
Yikes.
And the ongoing joke was he was still there, so we all thought he was like. Somebody actually asked HR like, "How's this guy allowed to work from a beach every day?"
Oh, that's crazy.
And then he was like, "I'm not. It's just a picture now. I was there once though." Or was he? Oh,
I don't know, man.
Playing mind games.
VPN back to your own home internet setup. No one will know any
Keep everybody guessing. Like, have you seen that meme that was like, walk into the office every day with a laptop and no backpack and no jacket? Everybody doesn't know if you're coming from a meeting or if you're late or if you're leaving. So you can just leave whenever you want. You can come in whenever you want. Everybody always thinks you're coming from something else.
Or just don't care what anyone else thinks and just do you. And
yeah, but, you can... HR might care.
Debatable.
That's true.
Depends how good you are at your job.
That part as well.
If you're questionable, yeah, they're definitely definitely worrying. But if you know what you're doing, you might be like, go for a meeting, didn't he?
That's true. So, books. How do you read books, Louis?
One word at a time.
I read them one letter at a time, personally.
One letter at a time.
I get granular. I enunciate every phoneme.
Whoa.
And every what do you even call them? Like consonants and vowels, Louis,
Yeah. That's
how you internalize information. That's how you understand what's been written.
Every 52 letters in the alphabet, yeah?
52? Wait, what's the joke? I don't get it. There's definitely alphabets out there that are probably that long.
Yes, I don't know if any of them are 52 though. Like ours is 26. I think the Greek one's 18.
Don't look at me.
I'm not sure. Greek alphabet. 24 letters. Yeah, 24 letters.
Close, but not a cigar then.
Yeah, all right.
But yeah, how do you like seriously? How do you?
What mediums? Yeah.
Yeah. What do you use? I mean, clearly we both use physical books, probably more than. Would you say you read more physically than online or ebooks?
Nah, this is all for show. These are all fake. They're not real books. Imagine. No, I have all of the mediums. So I usually have one audiobook, one ebook, and one physical book. I do prefer a physical book, like actually having the paper in my hands. I think that's the easiest to read and I like it the best. But there are situations where you can't read a physical book, but you can do other stuff. So like you can listen to an audiobook whilst you're like, say, cleaning the house or like on a run. Like an ebook, you could read before you go to bed, or maybe there's situations where carrying a Kindle is easier than a massive book if you're like commuting, say. So I like to cover all my bases with my efficiencies, and I have usually one of each medium.
That's fair. Also, if you have a physical book, like you can only read that one book.
I mean, like I went into the
I'm
office.
saying if you're
the other week,
carrying
I
it, no,
carried
look,
two.
I'm saying
I carried 2 books with me.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, well,
But
it
you still have,
depends.
you know what I mean? You're
Yeah.
still limited to those 2 options.
Yeah, but you usually choose a book that you want, right? I mean, if you get like 10 pages in, and you're like, "This is
no,"
I
but
like this one.
I think I'm saying sometimes I carry a book on like a Monday and Tuesday, and then Wednesday
like,
I don't swap it out or finished it, and then it's like, oh, I've only got this one book physically, but then I now have to read online or on my ebook reader, whatever. What do you use for ebooks?
Oh, ebooks. Wait, you didn't say what mediums you have.
We'll get there.
Oh, okay. Oh, what, we just doing like everyone go one side and then
I guess so.
Oh, right. All right. Okay, cool.
Also, I didn't hear what you said. Like that's also a big part of why I'm asking the question.
We starting this again. So I have one of all mediums. So audio, ebook, and physical.
Okay, but what platforms are these? Is what I'm asking.
Oh, right. Well, physical is obviously physical paper book. I prefer paperback to hardback, but I would still read a hardback.
Yeah, hardback is long. Pause. But
you know what annoys me about hardbacks most of the time is they usually have like a skin. No.
Oh yeah, that's annoying too.
They have a skin, and it's like when you move it, like it comes off. Whatever, and if you take it off, it's usually got a cover that like if your fingers ever get sweaty or whatever like that, you can like see all the fingerprints. Anyway, that's a nightmare. So for ebooks, my Kindle may or may not have some custom firmware on it that may or may not let me have
but
additional
you use Kindle. Okay.
additional stuff on it. So I use Co-Reader, which is for e-ink displays, which is a lot better reader on my Kindle and other e-ink displays than like the standard ones that you get. So they're like EPUBs and PDFs and whatever else, but it's using Co-Reader on the Kindle for ebooks. I do have the occasional like PDF where I've bought like a book bundle from somewhere, and I might just read that with like I can't remember what the app's called. I got an app on my phone that displays PDFs better than like Google or Dropbox or like inbuilt device ones. And then last one, audiobooks. I used to use Audible, but then I was like, nah, screw that. So I use a self-hosted platform called Audio Bookshelf, which is cool because it ties into like all the different platforms and you can like import all the metadata and stuff. Yeah, because Audible's like it's all wrapped up in Amazon stuff. Right? Yeah, what do you use? Jump back over the fence. Back to you.
Well, I think we're missing a platform. You said physical, audio.
Audio.
I thought there was another plane, but there isn't.
I mean, there could be.
Also, a physical, I prefer paperbacks. I used to get a lot of most of those that you can see on the shelf are hardbacks because that's what I have here. But like what I usually carry around in bags and whatever, I try and opt for paperback as well because it's easier to like not just carry but also in your hand. It's not as annoying because it's not as stiff. So you want it to be a bit more flimsy, just more
a little more
comfortable.
play,
a bit malleable. It might be the word.
Malleable, yeah.
And also, it looks nicer, like, when you've finished a book, like, you can see all the creases and the folds and,
Oh, wait, are you a page folder?
Hell no.
Do you dog it?
No, I have, what do you call it?
A bookmark.
Yeah.
I used to be one, and then I saw the error of my ways, and I got a bookmark.
Yeah, because also, if you lend that to somebody, they now have a folded up, like, dog-eared book. Do you know what I mean?
We'll come on to this later, but I got... Yeah, go on.
Okay. put a pin in that. And audio, I think I've used every platform that comes with every device that I've had. So I still have, in the past like couple of years, I've read in both Android devices and Apple devices. So Apple Books, I think that's what they use. That also has a built-in audio platform. And I'm pretty sure Kindle... No, Kindle doesn't. Does Kindle have...
They've got a non-mobile device, like Android and...
No, but for audio.
No, that's it's Audible now, because Amazon owns it all.
Gotcha. I also said no to Audible.
Yeah, screw that.
I think I've used... So what have I listened to? What? I think it's just Apple Books. I don't think I've listened to audiobooks. I don't really listen to audiobooks. Either reading them... I prefer to read books. But when I had my iPhone, last year. I don't know why I got into, because I was trying to read something fiction and then listen to something non-fiction. I think that was my last year's kind of like, let me do that, because I'd rather listen to somebody like speak or tell a real story versus something more fiction. I'd rather like immerse myself in. I don't want to hear somebody else read something, because then, however, obviously this isn't the case for everybody, but how they're reading it then like helps you visualize. Do you know what I mean? Like, if someone's reading it with like
there's tone,
an accent, yeah, you start
etc.
seeing it from their perspective, but with your own inner monologue or inner voice, you start seeing things in your perspective. So I prefer that. Whereas if it's a real story from somebody else, that doesn't really make a difference. Although it still does affect it, but usually the author or the publishers try to pick someone that can depict their story accurately or sounds how they want it to sound. So I made that conscious choice. So I think I used Apple Books because they have both on the same platform, but usually Kindle and the app. Although I have a Kindle, I don't use it because I just don't. I don't know why. I need to start. You can send me some softwares though, and then I'll start using it. But we'll get into that
Send you
later.
some links, yeah.
And then of course Google Play Books. I think I have an account on them as well. But I think I just go on.
Oh, hang on. I cut you off. Sorry, you go.
No, I forgot what I was gonna say anyway.
You were saying Google Books. You said you think you have a platform on them, so you using them.
Yeah, just to read. But audio was always pretty much Apple.
Fair. Google's been doing like a whole like, let's merge all the stores together. It's like on the main app store, you can look at books, apps, and others. And like when you open up the App Store app, you'd think it'd default to like being the App Store or like one that you choose. No, it's like random. Like I'll open it up and it's like, here's books. I'm like, because you like automatically click on the search bar because you're like searching for an app and it's like, can't find this. And you're like, well, I'm looking for an app. I'm not looking for a book. Like, why are you doing this, or vice versa?
It does catch you out. Another thing as well, why I started using other platforms for reading was because I'm pretty sure on Kindle, you can't buy books on Kindle, the app. You have to buy them on the amazon.co.uk or .com webpage, and then you find them in your Kindle books. I don't know if that's a legal leap. You can't, Louis. I think you can't. For some reason, I think they'd have to pay something to the app stores if they allowed purchasing on their app. So because Amazon already exists, they were like, we're not doing that. So
you can only buy on a Kindle. You can only buy from Amazon though. You can't buy from anywhere else.
What do you mean?
Like on Kindle, there's no other apps. The only bookstore on the Kindle is the Amazon bookstore. Like
that's what I'm saying, but it's not like on the Kindle app. Like it's not. You know what I mean? It's still the Amazon app.
Oh, you're talking about your like your phone, like Android or whatever.
I'm talking about the Kindle app.
Yeah, on like an Android device or Apple.
On any device, you can't buy the book on the Kindle app itself. You have to buy it off the Amazon app or the Amazon webpage.
But I'm saying on a Kindle, can you buy a book?
I've never used my Kindle.
Oh, right. That's what I'm saying. I think you can on the Kindle.
But it has to be, I'm
Kindle,
pretty sure it's going to be the Amazon app on the Kindle though.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. There's only one store.
Yeah, but
so you can.
But it's the Amazon store though. It's not, do you know what I mean? It's not the Kindle. Like,
yeah, so that's why I said I think you can, but I didn't know you were referring to the app, not.
I'm talking about the yeah. I'm talking about the app. Oh yeah, on the yes.
Cool.
Kindle app, which
got that sorted out, ladies and gentlemen. We're good. We're good.
Flashbacks of that last episode.
What are you talking about? This isn't.
I think it's something to do with one. They already have an existing store anyway, so why not? But two, I'm pretty sure, I can't remember, I did read it somewhere. It was about, like, once you, whatever application you have, once you have a store within, that changes everything. Like, not legally, but like financially, you have to also give a percentage back to the platforms that you know. Yeah. So residuals or whatever, or just a percentage. So it's like, well, why would we do that if we already have the biggest bookstore in the world? Because people forget, Amazon started as a online bookstore.
Yep.
The whole point was to buy books from Bezos. And then eventually it went into like everything. But
yeah, downfall of humanity.
You can call it that. You can call it that. You should call it that.
Yeah, everyone should.
But yeah. But good stuff. But I think I prefer, if I can, I prefer reading like physically. It just feels better. And it's also easier. Because I don't want to be on my phone all the time. So it's just nicer to have a physical book.
Not
But
good for your eyes 24/7 as well.
that as well. Even though on the Kindles, they are paper like esque. What's the word that they use?
It's
Paperweight.
e-ink, so they don't.
Yeah,
It's not LCD. It's not
that yeah.
not liquid crystal display. So you can turn the backlight off and the display's still there. So there's no actual like light in your eyes technically.
Yeah. And then also, even on the phones, you can have them turn to like night mode. You can go black and white or monochrome. And then also you can dim to reading, like the blue light can be turned off as well. So they've made ways to make it easier for you to not have to like also enjoy reading while having blue lights like shine into your face. But it's still just not the same. It's also nice to just put something down that you don't have to interact with any other way. Like, I don't want to read and then get notifications or get a call. Do you know what I mean? Like, I want to be not switched off, but like away from the digital world, because that's what, to me, reading is also like not an escape, but like
No, it is.
I'm turning off from everything else and I'm immersing myself in this thing. Just like going to the cinema. I do not use my phone while I'm in the cinema.
Why would you?
I'm trying to ask somebody, but don't worry about it.
All right. Shots fired. Pew, pew, pew,
You know what? Cut that bit out.
Nah, that's staying in.
No, it's not.
You said fourth wall. We keep bringing down the wall and whatnot. You can't be picking and choosing.
Talk about how you read your books then, Louis.
All right. So the way I read it is.
No, yeah. So I try to be immersed in the art form or medium or media that I'm listening to. Even when I'm listening to music, the best way I prefer to is like on a weekend or even on the train. Like, you know what I mean? You just like close your eyes and you look out the window, or one of the two. Not the both. You can't look outside the window and close your eyes.
I mean, you can.
I mean,
the view might not be as good, but
no, yeah,
you still can.
Is to just like switch off and then be in the art. I like that. So physical is my go-to choice, but we're not always in the environments where we can do that, and we're not always privileged with time. So it's good to have the options where you can listen to things and you can like read them on your phone or your tablet or whatever. So happy.
That's why I like having one of each medium. Like, I could be washing up, but I could listen to an ebook. Like, I can't use a physical book whilst I wash up. I mean, I can. The book might not survive, but still being able to like get some pages in and listen to a topic.
Exactly. Also, the good thing about physical books as well is you can trade them with your friends. You can give them to people. You can resell them, and you can go to bookstores.
Yeah, go on.
No, that's it. I'm segueing.
Yeah, you segue. That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
setting you up.
How do you get your books? Where do you get your books? Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't have like a thing. It's just wherever.
Nah, bro.
I know there's like certain stores we shouldn't go to. Apparently, I don't care. I don't know. Yeah, I should care. I will care, but I don't do it often enough to like. You know what I mean? Like, I don't. Yeah.
You want a rundown? I'll give you a rundown.
Give me a run. Yeah, give me a rundown. What
don't buy them off Amazon.
Why not?
Just don't. There's too many reasons to list. We'll be here for 5 hours. Don't buy it from Amazon. Give you one.
Give the people. Yeah.
Give the people one. They're brand new, which isn't a bad thing. Sometimes you do need a brand new book.
You can buy secondhand on Amazon, though.
I think you can, but you have to like choose the different options.
Yeah.
No, so you have to go digging. You have to go find it and go click on a different option. Like, I'll buy it from this seller secondhand.
Yeah.
And it's because usually the seller's not tied into all the Prime system. So even though it's secondhand, you usually end up having to pay the delivery fee, and it's usually costs more than buying the brand new one, because that's how Amazon does their model. They make their stuff cheaper than any of the other sellers, so you wouldn't choose them. You'll always choose the one that goes through Amazon. Again, another reason why you shouldn't be using Amazon. Anyway, don't buy from Amazon. Shouldn't buy new. Should buy secondhand. Pre-loved books is definitely where it's at, in my opinion. And I think a lot more people should be buying secondhand. Places like charity shops, you can find, because they usually sell them for like 50p or like a quid.
Mad.
Like, I found a book that was never, like, multiple books that have never been read. Someone was just like, they had a whole collection. They've just got rid of it, and it's like, we're selling for a quid each, and it's like, cool, this would cost me 15 quid if I go buy this from Amazon or whatever. So charity shops are awesome. My favorite of all time is World of Books, worldofbooks.com. Highly recommend it. And they usually have like an offer on like all the time of like 4 for free. So you get 4 books and you pay for free and you get the 4th one free. And it's free delivery in the UK. bans if I say this, and then they like change that like next week. And someone's listened to this. I mean, I don't think they will, but it's always been like that. You won't always find every book on there because obviously it depends on stock. But for the most part, I found almost everything that I wanted to read from them. Yeah. And they use Royal Mail, and if you're in the UK and you know about delivery services, that's a good thing.
Okay.
We won't be naming other companies that should not be ever allowed to operate in the UK, but
fair play.
Yeah.
Also, speaking of not like charity, but there's especially in New York, there's a lot of like people would leave books on their doorsteps or on their staircases going up to their apartments.
Oh, really?
And that's how I found. Yeah. It's a big. I don't think it's a thing here. I've never seen it here, but I'm sure it exists somewhere like here too. But in America,
you meant to
in the
swap?
UK, yeah.
To
So
leave
everybody's
one?
supposed to have everybody's supposed to have a little box where there's a shelf of books or whatever, and then you put one in and you take one out, and vice versa. So that's what I'm saying. I've never really interacted with stores much, but as far as with people, a lot of that, and half of those books are from friends and family, and literally half of those are literally from friends and family just giving it to me because they're like, okay, you're interested in this, or I like this, you should try it, or like yourself. One of them is from you, the Nations one, History of Nations, where you're like, hey, read this, you like geopolitics or you like to learn about history or whatever. So it's like, it's good to also try and talk to people. Hopefully you have a circle of friends or people around you that are also into not just reading, but like things that you're into, and then that's the medium to share with.
But isn't there like some dedicated cafes in like London and some other places? Like, they've got like cat cafes, but some of them are for like reading. Like people, like you go to the cafe to like read, but also you find people that are reading stuff that you like, so you can talk to them about different stuff and kind of like start, not a club, I don't know what the word is.
Yeah, probably. But again, what's funny? I realized I've only lived in London for like a year in total, so I've never had that experience. Do you know what I mean? Like in London.
Oh,
also, it was the pandemic when I lived there as well, so it's like my reference point for like those kind of things are like America.
Everyone's at home.
Or New York, because then I couldn't do those kind of things. But definitely there is. I'm sure there is those here, but I've been to plenty of those in New York as well. So
fair.
Which are good because again, you might end up. What's nice about those kind of places too? Usually they're cafes, like you said, or like some sort of sandwich place, and the employees there. Yeah, the employees there also will recommend things and ask more about what you're reading or what you're into. And actually, there's my favorite place since you recommended an online place. If you're in Brooklyn, there's a little cafe and wine bar called Liz's Book Bar. Speaking of black women in book places and owning things, which we're gonna get to, I think the name is like I can't remember the owner's name, but Liz was like her grandma or aunt, and it was like for her or about her, and that's somewhere where like I met quite a few authors and quite a few, what would you even call them? Just like speakers for whatever. It could be like music, or it could be some kind of PhD that they're doing. She'd have people come over and do like events, like an hour long, where like they'd read something or expert, or they'd showcase their art form. And then also there were times where it was just like, hey, this is the author we're reading. 2 hours, you come in, you sit down, you buy your coffee and you read. And at the end, you can either chit chat or not. But like, everybody's reading in here. Like, that's not, if you come in here with a laptop, you're getting kicked out. So,
nice. Nice. I like it.
I need to find somewhere in London like that, because that was really nice to like go somewhere where the intention is to just like vibe, or not vibe, just like tune out while you're tuned in around people that are doing
tune in to tune out.
Exactly. So shout out to Liz's Book Bar. Also good wine and good people as well. Like, just again, back to me, it's quite social. As you know, you're probably one of the very few people that knows what I'm currently reading, but also because what we're going to get into is we share like what we're reading and also how we track. So speaking of that, unless you had another point to bring up, like I saw you like your eyes were like lit up a little bit.
I got like 50 things, but we'll keep going.
Okay. So speaking of how we track and how we share.
Yep.
You when was this? 2 years ago? It must have been.
I remember we had coffee and we were both caffeinated to hell and we were talking about books. Yeah.
Because you had a target every year. You have a target, I guess. So this
Oh
was before
yeah.
last year. So you told me that you have a target, and then I was like, okay, how are you tracking that? And then because I was like, I don't use Goodreads, so I thought you were using Goodreads, but then you were like, no, I'm not using Goodreads.
I used to use Goodreads, but it's just trash. It's like
Bad reads.
the LinkedIn equivalent for books. Um, it's just like everyone's pushing an agenda. No one's actually reviewing books. It's like, hey, look, buy my stuff because I'm a publisher and all this other stuff.
I'm gonna be honest. I've never used Goodreads, so
Don't ever do it.
if Louis' take is I'm
Put it
going off of
straight.
whatever Louis is saying.
Yeah. I put it like Amazon acquired it in like 2013, 2014 or something. I don't know, something along those lines. And it's just been a slow decline. But then they got to the bottom and it just like drastically fell off.
But isn't the point readers that finish books they recommend or like review and
This
like leave
exactly this is what they're meant to do. They're meant to be recommendation. It's meant to be review. It's meant to be like a decent review of like what the book is without strings. Like, not I've been paid to write this and all this other stuff. Like, I want to know, is the book actually decent? Like, did you, when you were reading it, did you actually follow the story? Was it good? What did you like about it? What did you
you're
not
saying
like?
it became so popular that instead of having like
No,
reviews
not
by
popular.
magazines, it's not
Not
popular.
even, it's not that it's not popular, but it wasn't because it was popular. It's because people were just spreading their spam everywhere. It just
But I'm
become
saying,
the
like,
platform
if someone writes, if an author writes a book and they publish it and then they release it,
right.
usually it'd be like reviews coming out in like newspapers or magazines or wherever. But if Goodreads is popular enough and people have accounts that are popular, they'd gravitate towards having a review in there as well. Do you know what I mean? So it's in your best interest to get someone to review it on Goodreads as well as on, I don't know, the Guardian or whatever. So then my point is that becomes a marketing form or not a ploy, like a strategy. So then it becomes more of that than just genuine people saying, good book, 10 out of 10. Now it's like curated to sell.
Yeah, because there's two types of reviews. There's like review, and then like an actual book review. And it used to be book reviews, like what the book is about, etc. Like the way the story's told, whatever, and what it covers, blah blah. Then it shifted towards just the normal review of, hey, look, here's a brand new car and it does this to 0 to 60 and it's got leather seats and whatever. And you're like, dude, I want to actually know if these books are any good. And
Also,
it's just
I'm playing devil's
spam.
advocate here. I'm playing devil's advocate.
Yeah, no. You should.
I'm with you, like 100%.
Yeah.
But at the same time, a lot of some people like to know what they're about to read.
Yeah.
So those reviews that lack substance and that are being read for the sake of marketing are also good to try and get an idea of what is this about. And here's what it's about. I didn't sit with this. It didn't emotionally speak to me. But my job is to make you know what you're about to start reading. And if you're interested in these things, then go for it. Now, I'm then against a platform that's meant to be quite a social interaction with other people to like try and find a community that's then saturated with such. Because then it's like what's real and what's not real. And who's doing what and who's not doing what. Which is why like even YouTube for me became kind of weird, because it's like most things, reviews, book reviews or item reviews, tech reviews, it's like, oh, you're being paid by the company that owns that. And this is still filmed and shot by somebody that had a genuine interest in these topics and subjects. And it still sounds like the average consumer, but it's actually quite professional. And it's, do you know what I mean? It's backed already. So it's like, now I can't trust like your not, recommendation, but like your opinion. It's like, it's because it's an opinion that's paid for. Like, what is that? That's marketing. Whereas I just want to know a genuine, like, hey, I've got nothing to lose here. Is how I feel about this. This is disgusting or this is great. But c'est la vie.
Also, like, there was such an influx of spam and bots that they never really sorted out. So like it become like Rotten Tomatoes that we talked about last week, where the review of like a critic is weighted more than like the actual people that watched it, which is dumb, and I don't understand why that is ever allowed.
What was your solution? What
did you
recommend to me?
A platform called The Storygraph or Storygraph, by a black lady called Nadia. He's a software engineer, I think from the UK. I'm not 100% sure. And she just got fed up with Goodreads. She was like, look, I'm going to make my own, make it a decent platform that should stand for the values that say like Goodreads should be doing and honoring, but they didn't. And yeah, ever since then, awesome platform. Can't recommend it enough.
Yeah, no, even that's my first ever like tracking from reading. But I in my head, because I read on different platforms as well, there was no way for me to. I can see my bookshelf and my sub bookshelf and my under my bed of like what I have. But if I'm using Apple on one thing, Kindle on the other, and Google, it's like hard to see, So I actually just had like a notes, whereas like I've got a list of books, but it's like I'm not going to that all the time. So Storygraph kind of changed how I'm able to see. I didn't make a library because that's long. I'm not going back in my life. But everything I started reading from 2 years ago to now is like on there, so I can actually see like, okay. And the nice thing as well is you can also find recommendations, and then also what's similar to this. Usually I try not to like read similar things. I don't know if you do that, but I try to avoid. I don't have like a preference. I try and find different things. So that's not useful to me, but I can see why it's great because it really has a quite granular, no explanation, but like whatever the topic of the book is or the genres, it like goes quite in depth of like keywords and context and not what's the word, like what it's about. So you can find similarities of other books or other authors and other artists, depending on who's written by or why. So I like that option is there. I don't use it, but it's nice to know like, okay, if you're interested in this, you might also be interested in these things because you're interested in this like one specific thing in this book, not just the general concept. But yeah, it's quite granular. I like that.
Also, so I'm quite like you. Like I read anything and everything. I don't really have an agenda. Like some books I'll probably skip more than others. Like I might be weighted more towards like physics and science based, but than others. But I will read anything. The reviews again, it's not like Rotten Tomatoes. Like everyone's review is weighted in the same average. So if 5,000 people have rated it a 4, it's a 4. It's not, oh, these people are weighted more than others and stuff. They've been adding like some AI features, but it's kind of the tasteful way that I think it should be done, is in like slow increments. And it's like, hey, look, based on your summary, we've for each book that you click on, it can give you an indication of whether you may or may not like it and why. So like based on your like past reading patterns. So like, hey, look, in 2025, you read more nonfiction and fiction, so you may like this one more because it's fitting into that bias and stuff like that, which is actually pretty cool. There's so many features on it that I can't tell you anymore, and even the small things like she'll put on Instagram or on social media like, these are some features we're developing. What do you like best? Do you like this screen more or this screen? Or what would you like to see? Yeah, what would you like to see when you click on this page? What features? Tell me. And then there's like votes and other stuff. So like you actually can influence like what you see. It's not a giant conglomerate company that's taken something and they're trying to shove all these random features that don't work and not listen to their customers, which we definitely don't see week in, week out with all the others, right? So it's cool. You can actually be a part of the actual platform as well, which...
And speaking of being a part of it, there's also like the live interactions that they have. I don't know if you've seen those. Like, there's challenges, but there's also like, hey, we're all reading this book, and we only move on to the next book.
Yeah.
Once everybody's finished, because you can track your percentages and what page you're on, and then it's like once you can see who's slacking, and who's like finished it in like 2 days, but then like you can only move on to the next book once everybody's on 100%, and that's also pretty nice. Back to my whole, I prefer it being. Like it's a not a communal thing, but like it's a social thing as well. Like just like any art, like you go to the movies. I treat books the way I treat movies. Like I watch movies with friends or family. So I read things that I can talk about as well with other people. And if I don't know anybody, then I'll find that community and then, immerse myself in that world somehow. It might be Reddit, or it could be on platforms like this, because they do have like sections where you can meet and see people and what they think of whatever you're into. Or some sort of blogs. I don't know what exists anymore outside of Reddit, but I'm sure there's stuff out there. But yeah, or you can find book clubs as well. That's become a big thing. Book clubs. We saw them rise in the pandemic. We know people that created book clubs. You joined some book clubs, Louis.
Yeah, lol.
How did those manifest? Not to
It
go into
didn't.
too much detail, but
They just didn't.
they didn't.
No, they
That
didn't.
one, the ones he joined didn't. There's book clubs out there that did.
Oh yeah, I'm not speaking of everyone. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
No, I mean it's just the way it goes.
So what, you've given up on book clubs?
I mean, I'm not part of any at the moment. I mean,
Technically, we have a book club. Technically.
yeah, I was gonna say if you're talking about the different people that I speak to about different books that I read, there's probably like 3 or 4. I've got 3 or 4 book clubs in air quotes going on.
Yeah.
And
the one you won't mention.
you know what you're talking about.
Neither do I. Moving on.
Moving on swiftly.
No, but that's also a nice way to have an incentive to socialize and meet people and to conversate. Because it's just it's like a hobby as well. Like some people, it is just like, hey, I just enjoy reading. Although I read somewhere that reading is meant to be quite not anti-human. What's the word? Like it's not natural, right? It's not like a natural thing to read.
Yeah, in like evolutionary terms, I guess maybe, but in terms of like intellectual and because like that's why I read both nonfiction and fiction, but I do one of each, and then so I do one fiction, one nonfiction. I just keep rotating to stimulate both sides of your mind, like the creativity and also the knowledge base and stuff like that.
Speaking
which
of,
I don't think.
So go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I don't think many people do.
Not many, but don't have to either. That's okay.
Like yeah, no, it is. But also at the same time, like getting lost in a book can mean a lot. Like say someone's like stressed and they're like worrying too much about their real life. You could get lost in a book of a fantasy world, and like that may be beneficial to you.
Yeah, but that's just like watching a movie, right?
Yeah, I guess.
And a TV show. Like, do you know what I mean? It's entertainment. But at the same time, you're reading. So it's like you're also, although technically, like you can say reading is smarter or more intellectual because you're consuming. Yeah, and then like the more you read, the larger your vocabulary gets, and the more your comprehension to like language gets. So that makes it easier for you to, supposed to make it easier for you to interact with other people in real life. But I doubt that that's the case. I feel like it helps, but I know people that read a lot that are also hard to talk to. So it's like it's not.
I'm one of them.
It's not absolute. I didn't want to say it. But like you know what I mean? So it's like it should help you, not make you smarter, but
it should help you with skills,
like skill that can be transferable to other things. But at the same time, I know people that watch movies that it should help you understand or listen to, like, because you know what I mean, you're watching people speak and do things, so you should be learning something from that too. But some things go in one ear, out the other.
Yeah.
So I don't judge people based on how much they read or what they watch, because it's just like, okay, but the difference is, why are you doing it? And then also, what are you retaining? Is there a point to retain, or is it just more of a, I enjoy this and that's it? And that's okay. And that's okay.
It's okay to not be okay.
Exactly.
Also, I find with like books, it's probably one of the content mediums that you like have to pay attention to. Like a film, you could be doing something else at the same time and not pay too much attention, but still completely understand what the film was about. So like an hour or 2 hours later, and you're like, cool, this happened. Whereas a book, if you're like mindlessly reading, or you're, like I said, like say if I'm like washing up and listening to an ebook,
know what's going on.
Yeah, you miss like 3 pages, and you're like, whoa, where did this guy come from, or what's this about? And you're like, okay, cool, let's go back. Whereas like when you're washing up, other than making sure you don't stab yourself with a knife while you're like washing up, like you don't need to worry about much what you're doing. Whereas if you're watching a film, it's just like cool, like you said, go in one ear, one out the other ear.
Yeah, and that's why globally reading comprehension is decreased, because online media and like film and television has taken over and it's become easier to watch things than, you know, we were forced to read. Do you know what I mean? Whereas now, like, even reading is online or digital, so you have more distractions. And that's why anybody that goes to like school that's been forced to like read and write and pen and paper is going to have a better education than those that have given an iPad when they're like, you know, to help you like research things. But it's like now you have this whole new thing that's taken up so much space, and there's more distractions, and you're losing that ability to focus on a mundane task. And that has exponential ramifications when you take that away. And we're seeing it globally. And that's part of the reason why, like back to you said, that's why I like to read as well. Like, because it makes me switch off and turn things off and focus on that thing. And you can't not focus because you don't know what's going on in the next chapter if you miss the whole page. Because it's like, yeah, who is this character that's been introduced? Because like you got a text from somebody and you read it, but then like, you know what I mean? You didn't like retain whatever that page was, and then it's like, well, you have to go back, and that's good too because you don't just skip over things anymore. You go back because you talk to some people that watch shows, because even Netflix, like, they've proven, like, directors would talk like, hey, we're being told to like write these things in a way that it's explaining everything for, because the audience is like, the new audiences, they lack the ability to like
stay stimulated,
understand, but also to understand what's like nuance.
No,
and also there's a chance that everybody has this on in the background, so you better enunciate every action you're doing as well, so that they know, okay, I'm putting the cup down, because they're not watching you put the cup down anymore. They're doing something else while, do you know what I mean? So like,
we're
you're absolutely right.
We're so cooked.
And then, but the thing is it perpetuates the whole, if you can listen to a movie and a TV show, you don't have to watch it as much anymore. But it's on, and as far as Netflix is concerned, you're still watching it, so it still counts as a view. But how many people are actually like, you know, like viewing? They're just hearing it in the background, like you said. Whereas like with books, you can't do that. So it's also a good skill to retain and to try and cherish, because it's dying.
Yeah, it depends on like what job you're in and like what you do for like a living and like what you do in life and stuff. But 9 times out of 10, like picking up a book on that subject more than likely will help you. Like, even if it's just like certain knowledge, little tidbits that you didn't know that could help you. Like as a software engineer, like reference books, like they're stupidly thick and expensive and whatnot. But also at the same time, some of them are actual like bundles of gold in a book that I use like not on a daily basis but very regularly to like refer to. Like you can Google it, sure, and you can ask your LLM friends that are secretly stealing all your data and building up a profile on you, or some government entities that we'll never name. But it's just quicker to just go to the book and look at the index page. Done. Yeah.
Good stuff. And speaking of governments and companies and corporations that...
See? Where's this going? Where are you going?
Others force you to do certain things.
Yeah, go on.
Or not.
What are you talking about?
This is you, mate. ISO and Louis.
There's 2 avenues you can go with this one. One is like Amazon's been caught a number of times force updating versions of books and then force pushing those updates to people's devices. So like we're talking like censorship, rewording things because apparently it's not appropriate anymore. And you're talking about like classic materials, and it's like, well, what was classic then? Okay, maybe it's not acceptable if someone wrote it today, but you can't rewrite it and then push it to everyone and pretend like this was the copy that was there. That's not okay. You can talk about other like influences from other bodies, shall we say, around the world that also plays into it. Money, politics, power, all this sort of stuff. But yeah, they've been caught a number of times force pushing like rewrites to like certain books and classics and stuff like that, and then not telling you that they've updated it, just like force pushing it. So like you go to bed and you're on page like 120, you could wake up the next day and it's like, actually you're on page 170. Like, no, I didn't read 50 pages in my sleep. What's going on? Well, there's been one.
No, sorry, you go.
I was going to say there's been a number of cases especially over the last few years, where they've definitely been caught and they're trying to play it down. Like, no, we didn't do that. What are you talking about? This didn't happen. Like, don't gaslight me. I've got the comparisons. I can.
And into the theme of last episode, although this will be a theme throughout, I think, the next couple of years, if not forever. That's the benefits of also having a physical media that's already been released, is you can't edit it and they can't be changed by whatever new rules or regulations that hit. Or not even rules and regulations. It could just be powerful people with money that don't like their name being... They don't like the truth about who they are and what they've done and what, you know, to be out there. So they can erase the truth or erase opinions from people. And that's why we have books that usually put a spotlight on certain situations or certain times or certain ideologies getting banned by certain institutes in certain countries. because someone doesn't like them and they don't like the truth and they don't like an opinion that's against whatever they're for, and they're actually quite anti-free speech, even though they like preach free speech. And it's like, but you don't like a book written in
Hypocrites.
the 90s or 80s about, you know, certain situations going on. But yeah, and that's where we end up. So that's the downside of digital media, but also the benefits of physical, and it's just what it is.
I mean, it depends on where you acquire your sources, but usually you will be able to find an unedited copy, depending on like where you are based in the world.
Such as where, Louis? Where can you go?
Can't.
Where
Internet
can
Archive.
you go? Yes.
There's the Internet Archive. Also, there's others like a project. I think it's called Gutenberg. I'll link it afterwards. Project. They're like preserving all of like the classics and any books that have, I believe their domain or like their copyrights expired. So like after so many years, it's now technically in the free domain. So they like recapture it and it's like available on their platform that you can like check out. It's kind of like an online library sort of thing. Yeah, Project Gutenberg, and I think there's another one that I remember. So there are ways to get books. There are ways that you don't have to pay for them. Go to your library, man. Get a library card.
Dude, I've not been to a library in like a year.
Yeah.
I should get a library card, actually. Yeah. You know, thank you for reminding me, Louis.
Yeah.
I should do that. I should definitely do that.
Another.
That's another way to get bricks. Yeah.
And it's free. I'm pretty sure it's free to get a thing, right?
No,
they don't charge.
Just gotta return the book.
Yeah,
if you don't return it.
I think late fees.
It's like 10p a day, right, or something like that.
No, it depends.
It's inexpensive. It's annoying, but to you, then to them, it's annoying for them too, because like, someone wants this, bring it back. But it's actually, libraries are really good, like concept, I think.
Yeah, you can have access to the internet.
You know what annoyed me? Speaking of, okay, I like libraries, the idea of them. But Solange released
Who?
Solange, Beyonce's sister.
Solange. Oh, right.
She's like,
you say that as if I know who Beyonce's sister is.
I thought you did. I don't know why. I forgot who I was talking to.
Yeah. Wrong.
No, but she's got not a book club, but she has like a platform where you can read books that usually removed or banned books by like people of color or that speak to certain racial concepts, that kind of vibe. But it's on digital borrowing though.
Right, so you check it in, check out, whatever.
But like, do you know what I mean? Like, I like, can I just read the book? Why do I have to wait for someone to like?
Yeah, it's all to do with like rights and like how much you have to. They'd have to pay for people borrowing it or not. Yeah, this is a whole thing in libraries as well. I watched a bit of a documentary about this woman like explaining like how some library in one of the states manage their content, because some of them are based on like predictions of like how many people are going to check it out over the next month, so they'll buy like 7 licenses so like 7 people can check this out.
This is digital books though, just on
that, but also physical books as well. At the same time, they may know that it's a heavily checked out book, so they'll get 4 copies and stuff like that, but they have to like manage it. But then if demand's just continuing to drop, it's like, well, what do we get? We only get 1 because we've never had anyone want this. Some guy on some platform goes, hey, look, this is a really good book, and then now there's a demand for 400 people trying to get the same book, right?
Gotcha.
That's why like buying pre-loved and such, and then like charity stores or like World of Books, stuff like that.
So you're saying there's also digital licenses to how many can be given out as well?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's probably what's going on there then, because I was like, why can't I just, it's digital book, like just release it, give me the PDF, man.
Yeah. So they can there's different models. Like some of them are like, you can have as many people reading this as you want, you just tell us how many and then we charge you for how many we're using at any given point. Or sometimes there's like, you can only have 5 people reading or 1 or whatever. It depends on what they pay for.
But you can understand my frustration though. She's like famous.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So she has got a million fans that probably read whatever she says read.
Yeah,
and her page has like 10 books on it. Do you know what I mean? So like that waiting list is mad. Like I'm never gonna read these books unless I like put on like an auto clicker whenever one becomes free. But I'm not doing that.
Did it say there's only 1 available?
No, like I don't know how many is available, but there's 10 books. They're all currently being read, so you can't access that material until the other person finishes. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, and also I don't think there was like a reminder or some sort of automated like, hey, this is free now. So you have to like be in the webpage like every day.
That's crazy, man. What is this?
I hope someone finishes, but yeah.
All right. Well,
but it's probably a licensing thing. Now you mentioned that, it might be that.
Yeah, but she's got money when she buying multiple copies or whatever.
That was my beef because it's like I love the idea, I love the concept and
It's
the
literally a
intention,
library.
but the execution is like this isn't. Why? It's just like, can I? We all want to read it. Why can't we all read it?
Speaking of
But also, it creates not a vacuum, the opposite of a vacuum.
demand.
Yeah, demand. Because now I'm thinking about it, and I've mentioned it, and now you know about it. So it's actually quite smart.
But then at the same time, for anyone that does read, they usually have multiple books that they want to read. So they'll
You know what's
like,
mad?
well, I'll just go read a
I
different
can
book
find
whilst
these
I'm waiting.
books.
Yeah, exactly. Right?
I know the name of the book. I can find it.
That's why you use story graphs. You can track your list that you want to get, so you don't have to worry about keeping it in your head.
Yeah.
So when there is only one
those
book
books
to
are
check
only
out,
available on that platform though, as well. That's part of.
No, it does not. Surely.
I'm telling you. Oh, yes.
So someone's written it and
You're
said
right.
it's only exclusively going to be on this platform.
No, I think it was like lost or like not whatever. So whoever had the only copy of it, her institute found a way to digitize it, so you can't find it anywhere else, and it wasn't anywhere else, but now it's available there. That's also part of the thing. These are like not just available books anywhere. They're quite like limited or rare books that were either like whatever.
That sounds fishy. What's it called? I'll look it up afterwards. But...
Just type in Solange books.
Nah, I'm good.
I'll look it up. What's the next?
Speaking of like the whole like depression and like what should and can't be read and government
St. Heron
stuff.
Community Library.
Is that for people in a certain community though? Is that why you can't read it because you're not part of the community?
No, but you can just join the community.
No, I'm saying, is it location based? Like it's only for people?
No. It's everywhere. I have access to it. I'm in the UK, but like you can see, there's 2 copies available of this book called American Negro Art, and it's currently borrowed, so you can't click borrow until those 2 copies are back.
American Negro Art.
Wait, are these physical? They might be physical. Maybe that's why.
Is it biographies and autobiographies?
St. Heron
Studies in
Digital
What's the full
Archive
title?
Digital is a home to primarily out of print, rare and first edition books. That's literally the first paragraph of the about page.
Right.
Please handle all titles with care. The library is free of charge and operates as an honor-based borrowing system. So yeah, it's an honor-based borrowing system through online registration. It is open exclusively to US-based residents.
Right. Right. Cool.
But it's still honor-based. So even if I wasn't, it doesn't matter. There's still 2 copies available, Louis. But you're right. But it's honor-based. It's honor-based. It's honor-based. So it's still, I still couldn't, even if I was in America right now. Also,
you're not honourable.
Listen. Let me finish. Books will be shipped directly to borrowers within complimentary shipping and return postage, ensuring the library remains free to traders. The platform is digital, but these are physical books there's only 2 copies in the world.
Oh, right.
So, that answers that as well.
Yeah,
I thought
first
so.
editions
My
as well.
beef,
Come on, yeah.
Hey, or only. Do you know what I mean? So, Solange, I apologize when I'm wrong. I admit my wrongs. It's a digital platform to borrow the books physically. That's kind of sick.
Send her a DM.
That's kind of sick. You want me to send Solange a DM?
Send her a DM with a timestamp like, this is my apology to you.
All borrowed books must be returned within 45 days of checkout. Lost or damaged books will be charged market value to the borrower with the credit.
Bro, imagine it falls off or something. A page
books
falls
not
out.
renewed, if applicable, return to St. Heron Community Library following 3 reminder notices. No explanations will be deemed lost and will be subject to charge. So I'm guessing you're giving your details before you borrow. So it doesn't, like, if you lose these one-of-a-kind books, you're going to have to pay that. Okay,
yeah,
sick. So these are physical books. Wait, I need this in the UK, man.
What if a page falls out and you get charged 10 grand?
That's your fault. It was under your...
But a page just falls out for no reason.
It's a bit, that's a bit steep. That's a bit steep, 10 grand. But
no, some of these first editions go for crazy
that's
amounts.
What I'm saying. I know, yeah.
There's only like 4 left in the world.
And also, they're probably very fragile as well.
Nah, I'm good.
That's part of, you look at the small print and yeah.
Does it say how much the book is worth? So when you check it out, it's like how much you can get charged. Because if
Market
I don't know how
value.
much I can potentially get done for some reason, like the book just decided to disintegrate on itself.
Okay, so there's a book called No Pain Like This Body. It doesn't say the price of the book, but this book costs £7.85, so you'll probably get charged that.
For a first edition.
Oh yeah, you're right, that part. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I pay £7 to do this, but if it does fall apart and I get charged for it, how much am I getting charged?
Yeah,
it might be when you check out. they tell you.
Raw, that book I just looked up is 5K. That's edition.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Please.
Again, a page falls out, 5K, please.
No, it'd be like £300 for a page, surely.
No, they charge you for the whole book. You've ruined the book. The book's no longer a book.
Well, handle it with care then. Don't be a spanner.
Don't be a spanner.
You seen a squirrel? Why are you looking out the window like that?
No comment.
All right, there you go. St. Heron Community Library. I hope she'd make something like that in the UK. Or if you know anybody that has something similar in the UK,
might exist, yeah.
let us know. I think Akala did like a book something before. There's loads of people, great minds, that do stuff like that. So, yeah.
Akala's probably, if he hasn't, maybe that'd be pretty cool if he did.
Yeah.
Because it wouldn't be like, I don't want to say stupid books, but it'd be books that have meaning, that represent history and life, and like
exactly.
Akala Natives. If you haven't read that, highly recommend it.
There you
go. What was I going to say before? Talking about people banning this. Oh, America, right?
Yeah. That's what you mean by Murica. I was like, what the hell is Marisa?
Yeah, that's what I said. That's how I call it. America. Yeah.
We're going to ban the books, man.
Sweet home. I won't do it.
These woke books about George Orwell. How dare he predict everything that's happening right now? Ban it.
Pretty much it. That's literally in a nutshell. That's the whole point. They've been, I think it's on a state by state, but like some of them are like globally banned, and some of them are banned on like some states, but not other states. But like your normal classes, like 1984. You said The Color Purple is now
was also
one.
These are all. But do you know what's crazy? They always get them on sexual, like, explicitity.
Which, knowing the government and half the people that are in power, that's not
like all these books that challenge not just norms, but like also highlight certain times and patriarchal concepts and imperialisms and just the downfall of humanity and how we get to that stage, and are literally like a playbook written by someone that's like, hey, let's avoid this. Anything like that that's also got like sexual content in there, they're just like, hey, we're banning this because of the sexual content. Nothing else
to
about
run
it.
Through some of them.
Go for it.
Fahrenheit 451 was banned for vulgarity, criticism of Christianity, and the reference to drugs. Oh no. 1984, banned for sexual content and anti-government themes. Oh no, the Thought Police. If you've read the book, you know what I'm talking about. Kill a Mockingbird, banned for racial themes and language. Right.
That as well, like, how can you... I get why they're doing it, of course.
Because it has the N-word.
No, but that's what I mean. Like, so
what?
You want those concepts to be talked about without actually talking about what was being said back in the day or how it's being used. So you want like a soft history. Do you know what I mean? That's what they want, a history that appeals to, I guess, the white gaze, or like, you know, makes people feel comfortable that were like committing these atrocities and such and such. So it's like, how can that be a thing? And how do we allow it? Like, how do we listen and talk to these people that are just like, hey man, we like history, but we want it to be rewritten in a way that's palatable. It's like, what do you mean? Like, how can people have nuance and concepts of like how egregious and evil history was and has been if you're making it sound cool and like chill? Like,
imagine that's not history.
That's just like, hey man, slavery was chill. You know, nothing really bad happened. Like,
it was fine. No one got hurt.
It's just a disagreement, great. Bro. You know, it was just different time. Things happened, and now we're here. No,
brush it under the rug. Crazy.
And it's not affecting everything you're doing right now. So just like get over it, you know. And that's the book. That's what they want. That's what they want, Louis.
No,
that's what they want. They want everything to just be like, hey, nothing really happened. Ignore it, and we're good people now.
Stand up, man.
So yeah.
Of Mice and Men got banned for racial slurs, profanity, and vulgarity.
Shout out to my guy Lenny, bro.
Lenny.
Lenny was out there.
Hey man, I mean, there was reasons for why
wanted rabbits. Lenny, but... He just wanted a rabbit. That's all he wanted, Louis. He just wanted a rabbit, you know?
Yeah, I mean, he got a bit more than a rabbit.
He got
Twilight series. What?
You could say
the Twilight
more than he
series
could chew. The Twilight. Why? Vampires aren't real?
Sexual content, age inappropriateness, and relationship abuse.
Well, I don't get these. Aren't these books rated for their explicitity as well, or like their
Yeah, they are and stuff like that.
So it's like, why? How can you ban something that's R-rated for being R-rated or whatever ratings they use for books? Do you know what I mean? Like, read between the lines, people. They're not banning these things because of these things.
Exactly.
but yeah.
Harry Potter books, no. Satanism.
Also, there's a bunch of like parent groups, right, that are just like white moms that are like, these books are available for our kids, even though they shouldn't be, but we can't control what our kids can and can't read, so just ban them. And it's like, really? Is that what we're doing?
It's just, it's like, it's political madness, political correctness. It's all these other things, and it's just like agendas by like a certain few that are like trying to ruin it for everyone. Because then everyone else follows them because they think it's the, I can't think of the polite way of saying it. Words.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't think of a nice way of saying what I want to say, so I won't.
But also, if you, I guess, to not wrap up, but to, what would you even call it?
Go full circle.
Yeah, if you want to be able to read what you want to read, whenever you want to read it, and however you want to read it, there are methods.
Yeah, you should own your stuff. What did I say last week? If purchasing isn't owning, piracy isn't stealing. Just
I have a good friend that wanted to talk to you, Louis. We'll get him on.
Oh, okay, all right.
He wants a word of you. Although, like, you were quoting something, so it wasn't about you, but he's heard it. See, that's the thing about when you say something, even if you're quoting, you said it, so now you have to own up to what you said.
Oh, I said it. I didn't care.
No, he's on your side, but it's a conversation more about balance between, I guess, the legal aspects of the concept, but also, like, it's still right. It doesn't matter if the laws change and, you know, who owns what. If the concept of us not being able to have anything that's ours, or even in this case, if we have a book that's written by a certain person and this is how it was, but some government didn't like how it's written, or words now have different meanings nowadays, and they're editing the book live, it's like, that's not right. I don't care the law is only what's currently being agreed upon, but that can change too. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
hopefully, it can be changed, but they choose not to. It's like, well, sure. I guess there's a bit of a balance. Like, you can't change every law every 2 weeks because that's apparently the newest thing that's happened in the world. But also at the same time, an archaic law that you've had for a couple centuries, maybe it's not applicable to the times of today, right? I could think of like 12 right now that are probably not suitable for this podcast that should still not be legal, but are. You're like, what? How and why are these still? And then they'll use like a point to say like, oh, to preserve history, and it's like, well, but you're editing all of these books.
Whose history as well?
Exactly.
That's important. That's very important. Whose history are we preserving? Whose idea are we trying to appease?
Someone's agenda. It's not.
And what kind of future are you trying to build? And how is any of this real?
It's not. We all live in a simulation. It's the Matrix.
That's what, you know what I mean? It's all. We'll talk about AI next week.
Where's the woman in the red dress? You seen her lately? I haven't.
Exactly.
Red pill, blue pill.
Exactly.
I'm not asking you. That's a hypothetical question to everyone. What are you taking? If anyone doesn't know, go look it up.
I think that's. Most people take the blue pill, Louis. That's the issue we face. Call it an issue or call it human nature. Call it whatever you want to call it. Do you know what I mean? But most people take the blue pill.
Yeah, easier way out. Like, I don't want to remember. I don't. What are you talking about? Where's the rabbit? What rabbit?
Yeah, what rabbit?
Lanny.
But hey ho. Books, Louis. What are you currently reading?
Oh, the third book in the Jack Reacher series, which is called Tripwire, I believe it is. It's called Tripwire. I'm pretty sure it's the third book. Second.
Jack Reacher.
Yeah, Jack Reacher collection. So by Lee Childs on the third book.
Okay.
That's my current audiobook. I'm literally about to start. I'm not going to say it because if I don't start that one, but I'm about to start another physical book.
That's fair.
And I need to find another ebook, which might be a reference one, actually, to be honest. You?
Yes. I'm rereading The Color Purple because I read If Beale Street Could Talk by James Baldwin, and then it reminded me of, like, I don't remember Color Purple that well because I read it when I was really young, and I also watched the movie, I think. There's two movies. There's one that was very old and they remade it with, like, those twins. But I was like, let me reread it now as a 28-year-old. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's also lived in America. So it's like, and the nuance is crazy because it hits different when you read things later on.
21, bro. We're not 28. We're talking about.
But regardless, I'm rereading that, and it's been not refreshing, but like it's been nice to be able to understand certain concepts. And it is quite vulgar. I won't lie, but it's supposed to be. That's the whole point in the truth. Or even though I don't think it's not based on like a true story, but things aren't sweet. You know what I mean? Things can't be sweet, and art is meant to not just challenge you, but help you navigate difficult questions or difficult concepts and difficult like times that people went through. So it's like, and how can you have empathy if everything is just like easy to read? You know what I mean? If you're not angered, like anger is meant to give you clarity to try and have a better world or a better idea of what you want. It's not meant to just like make you crash out. So if something makes you angry, that's good. Like, why is it making you angry? Like, you're disgusted by what you're reading and what people went through, especially women. And in this case, especially black women. So it's like, you know, that's the whole point. And then now what? Now, how are you going to interact with the world? Now, how are you going to like look at certain rules, regulations, and how people behave in companies? Like you should have, that's now a reference that you have to like look at, okay, I can now determine what's good and bad, and also where does this lead to, whatever was going on in the world, right? Because that's what was happening back then. If people are suddenly starting to talk about how back then was great for certain people, now you have a reference to who wasn't it great for.
Yeah.
So what are they really saying? Do you know what I mean? But yeah. And I guess that's my review, I guess. What's your review of Jack Reacher's?
Well, I'm only like a third of the way through, so I can't really tell.
Okay.
I mean, if you've seen...
so far, I've not read, I'm like halfway through as well of my reread.
Yeah, but mine's different style, right? Like it's about an MP that is just like bumbling through life and he just ends up in these situations, right? Compared to actual history.
No, but still, that's what you're reading. Like,
yeah, I mean, it's pretty good. I mean, that's why I'm going through the collection. There's like 24, I think, in the whole collection. Which I didn't know. I found out the other week. You know the Amazon series of Jack Reacher, the most recent one with the big guy. I can't remember what his name is.
I don't know his name either.
Yeah, which is, the series is pretty good.
Wait, why is everyone big and muscly and attractive?
That's the character he's meant to be.
No, but like, why is everybody that though?
Oh right. Well, it's just they do action films, isn't it?
But like, what happened to ugly actors, man? Do you know what I mean? Why is everybody attractive? Like, why is everybody attractive? And why does everybody need like a beach body?
Yeah.
Remember James Bond? I was talking to a friend about this. He was like, remember James Bond? He was just like, he dressed nicely and he shot things and he moved on. Whereas now, like Daniel Craig has to like jump through 10 buildings. Like,
oh no, someone else
looked ripped. And it's just like, what happened to just being a spy? Why the Fast and Furious in space? Fast and Furious.
What?
Ludacris went to space, bro. He shot his car into the moon or something. I've not watched it, but I've seen the trailer.
Yikes.
What happened to just cars?
Got it in. Nah, bro.
Do you know what I mean? Anyway, that's a he's like, you're going off on a tangent.
What did you even ask me? I can't remember.
How's Jack Reacher?
Oh, yeah, it's pretty good. There's no cars going into the moon, but
oh,
sorry, that's what I was saying about the Amazon series. The Amazon series is not in order. So like season 1 is like book 11, season 2 is like book 7 or something, and then like season 3 is like book 5 or something. So although they're meant to be independent, they're calling on different characters and different bits, and they're trying to make the stuff that doesn't, which is one thing that I don't like about, you know, the disparity between like a book and a movie. Like a book might come out and then someone makes a movie, or the other way around, like there's a movie, then there's a book. And like sometimes there's usually most of the time there's usually one of them that's better than the other. And most of the time it is usually the book. Because they can't depict everything that happens in a book that they can in a movie.
That as well. That's why books, I get it now. I was never a fan of like, oh, the book is better than the movie thing. But then eventually once you become not succumb, but like you start doing something more, that you're like, okay, I can understand. Also, once you see it happen to yourself, or you read something that you watch and you're like, okay, this is much better.
Yeah.
Because it is like your endless possibilities is your imagination, whatever you can write. Whereas like a film is what's possible with humans and technology. What can you capture on a screen in a video format isn't as endless as what you can write on a page. So yeah, good stuff. What book would you recommend, Louis?
I already said
What
one
was
earlier.
the last thing?
Carla, Natives.
Natives by Carla. Good shout.
I'd
Very good
recommend
shout. What would I recommend?
I'd recommend every book that got banned in America. To be honest,
That's a good point. But nah, I'm gonna go with something silly.
Captain Underpants, right?
Yo,
Real book.
No, listen.
Real book.
Captain Underpants was hard. Don't do that, Louis. And what's the other one? Diary of a Wimpy Kid?
Diary of a Wimpy Kid, yeah.
That's also sick.
Yeah.
I remember those two. Captain Underpants was hard, man. Don't do that.
No, that's what I said. He's a real book. I wasn't.
Yeah.
I mean, dead serious, bro.
Jonathan, what's the last thing I read that was like silly?
Silly.
Maybe it's not silly. What's that guy's name? I don't know how to pronounce it.
Give it a shot. We're all friends here. So give it a shot. We're all friends here.
Okay. Fyodor Dostoevsky. Forgive me, Fyodor. I don't think he's alive anymore, but the family.
Yeah.
If I've butchered that. But he's got a book called Notes from the Underground. And it is painful to read. Not like difficult, but like annoying. Like it's someone's character who's like flawed. And you're like, bro, stop being such a waste man. Do you know what I mean? Like,
oh, right. Okay.
Just like, oh, this guy's such an idiot. Like, which is funny. There's a book called The Idiot. I've not read it yet, but that one was just like infuriating. And I've never had somebody make me feel like slapping somebody in a page. Do you know what I mean? Like, just get your life together, man. Do you know what I mean? Like that kind of like. So if you ever, it's short as well. It's not that long. I'd highly recommend.
You got a copy of it?
No, I read that on the ebook. Should I? Maybe. I don't think it's something I'd have physically because that's also I like to buy a book that I really liked because I know I'll reread it after the fact. But I never felt that way about this. But maybe because it's not something I don't want to reread that. That was difficult to read.
Fair.
Personally, because it's like I had no people like that, and it's like it was a reminder like people are spanners. Yeah. I highly recommend if you want to get annoyed by a book. Like it's beautiful.
The distribution of spanners is increasing, and it's alarming.
I mean, the thing that the book's written in like 1980s Russia, but still, yeah.
Okay.
There's more of those than there was then. That is
yeah,
true.
exactly. Like in the comparison,
and also the themes of it touch on a little bit of like not the male loneliness epidemic, but like if you read the book, we can talk later. But like,
right.
It is the spanners are increasing.
After hours. Yeah,
the spanners are increasing. That is true.
Oh, I think I kind of get some of the gist already. That's not.
Also, I just realized the word spanner means tool, which is used a lot as well.
Yep.
But isn't a tool useful?
If you use it right.
So how's that an insult?
Because people aren't using it right.
But if you're being called a tool, does that mean you're useless? Unless you use correctly.
Yeah, unless you do it correct. Like, or I guess in the other sense, like you could use a spanner to like make your omelette. Like you can. Why would you?
We'll get a linguist on the next podcast.
We need a linguist. We need a meteorologist. We need someone about right to repair. We need someone from a library. What else? We've got to get a long list, right?
And a music expert, someone that works in the industry, which we all have.
We should go to a library and ask a librarian if they want to be on the podcast.
We can't do it
in a library because you got to be quiet in a library. But
you can go to like a room in a library.
Yeah.
That's definitely how certain films start. But, moving on.
Here's what I prepared earlier.
Read up on books that are being banned and try and get them physically. Internet Archive. Shout out to them, what they're doing, trying to keep everything alive and in the original fashion. Shout out to Solange with the first edition books. Yeah, that's a bit of but shout out to Solange. She makes
the concept. I rate it, but the all of it else, I'm like,
But it's physical books.
I'd rather not read a first edition that was the same book that I know is not going to fall apart. I'd enjoy it more.
That's true. It is kind of capitalizing on the idea of good books, which
and
most things are.
The money to pay for it,
but it is free though.
A classism.
But it is free though.
What do you mean it's free? You said you have to pay like £7 something.
No, there's no price. It's free.
What was the £7 something you saw then?
That was, I don't know. What I never said anything about £7. Did I?
When you were looking earlier, you were like, "Oh, it's 7 something."
I think that was maybe one of the prices of the books, not the first edition. No, I said it's £7 for the book, but then you said first edition, and I was like, "Oh, that's 5k." Maybe it was that.
I don't know. Sure. Yeah, we good? We done?
I think so. That's Read a Book. Also, there's a song called Read a Book. Who is it by? Is it Lil Jon?
You know it is. What do you mean? Who is
No,
it?
I actually don't know who I know the
It was
song, but I
Lil
don't know
Jon,
who
yeah,
it's
yeah,
by.
yeah. I think it
But
was
is it
Lil
actually
Jon.
Lil Jon?
I don't know if it's the Lil Jon, but it's Lil Jon.
It's definitely Lil Jon.
Maybe don't play it around your parents.
No, play it around them. Challenge
Yeah.
the social norms, Louis. Because what's he talking about? Yes, he's using vulgar. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, if we control, if I'm a hypocrite because I tell you not to swear on this podcast, but at the same time,
I'm being suppressed right here.
At the same time, if you prefer a message to be packaged in a certain way to listen to it, there's something wrong with you.
Say that again. If you what?
If you need a message to be suppressed or said to you in a certain way, that you need to like look internally as like, why can't I listen to that? Something important. If I don't like how it's being said, if you're like tone policing good things, then it's just like you're never gonna get good things. You're gonna get things that sound good to you, but that's never good for you. That's like, I don't like these vegetables because they don't taste great. But bro, they're filled with vitamins, and
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that they still don't taste. Like, if they don't taste great, they don't taste great. It doesn't matter whether.
But it's good for you. It's good for you. Like you should eat good food, healthy food.
Yeah, no, but it's still, if you still don't, if you don't like the taste of it, you still don't like the taste of it. Regardless.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, look internally. That's not a problem with the food. That's how you like internalize the food. Food for thought, Louis.
No, that was
food for thought. Food. You didn't get it. You get it next week.
I get it, but
no.
You missed, bro.
It went over your head, Louis. It went over your head.
It didn't go over my head. I know fully what you said.
How triggered you get it?
I'm triggered. I'm 100% triggered.
Because you said that to me all the time. It went over your head when I'm like, I didn't even hear what you said, so now I'm doing it to you.
What was the one last week?
I don't even know. That triggered me as well.
Fair. All right.
Read a book.
We deleting this whole last bit. We said bye like 5 minutes ago, didn't we?
Keep it in, mate. Fourth wall.
This guy.
It's by Bombani Arma.
Bombani?
My bad. Not Lil Jon. That's crazy.
No, wait. Is that just like
that's the name of the artist? No. That's the name of the artist.
Are you sure? We'll see. We'll get the fact checkers on
the Genius says. Well, I'm looking at Genius, bro.
Yeah, but Genius is community driven. How that could be wrong?
It's not community driven, but like then it's
Genius is community driven.
It's certified by the actual author or writer.
It can be. It's not always.
In this case, it is Louis.
All right. Okay.
Read a book by Bombani Arma, produced by Bombani Arma. Bomani Arma.
Bro, we should just go.
07. That's such a long time ago.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's the financial crisis.
Because it didn't read a book.
Exactly. Well, no, they did. They read the book and then they exploited it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exploited the other stuff that the other people didn't read.
All right, I gotta go. I gotta
we gotta go.
Bye. Take care. Till the next week. We've been Intechlectual and Emmanuel.
Peace.